So today I was going to do a quick video on what to do when your rear mech hanger snaps. So most of you all know this anyway, but it's the bit that holds the rear mech onto the frame. It's kind of designed to fail rather than the frame fail or the rear mech fail, because the frame is generally more expensive than the... So these are the two things you need. You need to visually identify your rear mech hanger and one Allen key. So start by removing your back wheel and clip that. Out she pops. Then remove the first broken piece. You should get a replacement one of those bolts with the new rear mech hanger, which is quite useful in case you drop it in your grass like I just did and lose it, but just in case you don't, keep it safe. Next you need to put your Allen key in the only bit it will go in the rear mech, if that makes sense, and remove this piece. So let's see if I can do it one-handed and hold the camera. Let's try and hold that. I'll just loosen it up first. New mech hanger is going to fit nicely like that, providing you chose the right one on eBay or your local bike shop. The bolt that I previously nearly lost goes in there. Tighten it up with the same Allen key. Doesn't have to be super tight. I don't know the torque settings. There we go. So it was a little fiddly to show on camera, but you basically screw in that bolt to there, and on a more expensive, or I think maybe more Shimano rather than SRAM rear mech, that little tension adjuster normally sits on that little lip of the hanger, but in this case there's a little metal bracket thing that the tensioner sits on, that's part of the rear mech. Yeah, and then in theory she should work now. So let's get the back wheel back in again. Just come to put the back wheel on and I've seen what would have snapped this. Normally what I found is the limiters will not be limiting the rear mech enough. These are probably not all the right technical terms, but anyway, the rear mech will step too far that way and get jammed in the spokes. But in this case, what has happened is the chain must have come off. It's got caught in between where the chain is, little chain ring is mounted, and the bottom bracket shell area, and this happens. It gets stuck, drags the rear mech, and then I guess if you're pedaling quite quickly, focus, snap. So before I go and jam that in and snap it again, I will try and get the chain unstuck from here. If I can do it on camera. Oh, nope. I'll do it off camera. Done. There we go. So yeah, the chain was stuck around down here, in between the chain rings and the bottom bracket shell. Probably took me about half an hour to try and explain that. But yeah, it's all on, working lovely. That little piece cost I think it was like £3 or £4 including postage from eBay. If we went to a local bike shop, or even worse, Halfords, never go there, it probably, well, I don't know what it would have cost, because I'll never go there, but it would have cost a few quid more, because you understandably have to pay them for their labour. But I mean, if you can do it yourself, you don't need any specialist tools. You just need Allen key, that's it, one size. Yeah, and you can replace it. So hopefully this has helped someone save a couple of quid. There'll be little variations on these and the way the mech's mounted and whatnot, but yeah, any questions, just ask away and I'll hopefully answer them.